Defeat enough goblins, and this gives me the return to Thorin's Gate skill. Nice. That's the reason to do this. Um, archers do more damage. They don't buff a fellowship. So if you have a large fellowship, you want one of the heralds. But that said, don't underestimate. This is a toggleable skill. Why? Travel personal home, which I don't have one yet. Evasion. Your archer can increase their evasion abilities for a short time. Last stand. You cannot be defeated. Yeah, I've used this sometimes in bad situations. Withdraw. Breaks the effects of dazed stuns and knockbacks. Some of these are extremely useful. Some are junk. Hmm. These are milestones, but this or sorry, Aethos of Essence. Requires a trait to be equipped. Huh? Um. Oh yeah, it's one of the race traits. Headbutt, Fateful Dwarf. Yeah, I didn't have that equipped. Yep. Let's see. Yep, it affects my maximum power substantially. Your dwarf of great influence or phase approved in return to Thorin's Hall. Yep. You can equip and unequip that freely, but yeah, now I can get the Thorin's Hall from anywhere on the map. And I need to find another Blue Crag spoiler somewhere. You know what, Archer, take care of that trapper for me. It's just a novice. Archer took a few hits there. Gah. I don't care about you folks. Here's the spoiler. There we go. Dead. Cleansed. Uh, can't walk around with that many of these virtue potions. Sure, there's some minor benefit getting a little more virtue XP, but honestly, I'll waste more time. Inventory management, probably not earn as much in the long run. Because of that. Anyways, back here to Gondamon. Drop any more frames. that brief bit before. It's just loading graphic glitches. Here's a quest discovery. How in the map. It is safe for my work crew. Is it safe for my work crews? Excellent. I wouldn't send my lads out with all these goblins around. We need all the guards here to protect us from the cursed Dire hands in case they attack. And they do attack, by the way, in one of the skirmishes. Uh, cool. All right. That's it for that. Now there's the third gear. That is way up there. Probably part of why I haven't done it before. An actually useful quest to complete. The first gear allows you to turn Dowerhand crests. I forget if I think the second and third enable something. I can't remember. I'm gonna go do it. Lower levels, you need a fellowship for this, but I should be able to. Complete it solo at this level. Now entering how to win. I mean, it should start to get a little higher level up here. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Someone around here, a grocer. Of all the sickening of the land, this land has been sullied by the dwarves and their keep on the hill, and more recently by half orcs in Crabane. I'm assuming she was referring to Dowerhand dwarves. Now wicked spirits have entered the land, slaughtering the wildlife and endangering travelers. Thankfully, these evil creatures have so far only been found in the furthest northeast reaches of Hadland, but these lands would be better for their absence. Take out the evil spirits and drive them from their lairs. Ah, 12 staff. And webs of sorrow. Telath Andrin, the region of Hadland to the east, was once known as the Shipwrights Grove in Westron, and is there that many of the famed vessels of the elves are built in the days long past, but the corruption that haunts it now is much greater than the Iron my brothers have imagined. Something malignant and evil works there now. Something must be done. If you'd help me, then seek out the spares and infest Telath Andrin east here and collect the soap. Sticky spinnerets they used to ensnare our victims. It will take me time, but I may one day discern where these terrors gain their potence. Webs of sorrow. This guy, well, Bones, defeat Wights to find a trophy. You there, perhaps you can help me with a small dispute. While I was running among the barrows in the northeast hunting for loose trinkets, I saw an old bony wight wander about the mountains. Fortunately, it didn't notice me, but the sight probably froze my blood. I haven't faced any wights with this character yet. I think there's an achievement for killing a bunch. Now my friend Otley doesn't believe me. He claims there are no bear wights out among the old Dane mounds. He's been no further in the mountains near Ghanamon and those that seem to be haunted at all. It's only the mountains off ways to northeast. You look doughty enough to face down a wight or two. Perhaps you would go out to his barrows and collect a trophy to prove I wasn't seeing things. I will pay you for the service. And the misplaced cook. What's this reward? It's a piece of medium armor. I wonder if I could trouble you for a moment. A friend of mine, Percy, struck on his own to a grove northeast of Kelsley to collect herbs for his recipes. I warned him of the Kella duel to collect herbs for his recipes. I warned him of the threat of very vicious bears in the area, but he laughed them off. Percy is a good fellow and a fine cook, but he can be a bit addle-brained at times. My annoyance has turned to worry. Set a dwarf's mind at ease and search for him, will you? I'm not sure he's just lost track of time, but still. I'm sure he's just lost track of time, but still. Because my long COVID brain reading things incorrectly again. Spareware is northeast of Keladul, but what with those wretched dour hands about, I would counsel you to take the long way around the port. Right, I can easily face down the dour hands. But the main main quest is very much, I think these Cravane, there's a achievement for slaughtering a certain number of them. Right. Boom. It's gonna turn in anything that's less than ours. Worth less than 150 virtue XP and hold on to the really high value stuff. It's worth the space to multiply. Leveling up the justice virtue, which eventually I'll swap in. I forget what I was going to swap it for. Valor, maybe. In combat morale, regeneration, and tactical meditation. Finesse gives you parrying and stuff. This Valor is an offensive thing. Resistance, physical mitigation, resistance. I did a lot of resistance because things that can really screw you in the epic battles are things that paralyze you, basically. Discipline, charity. But I think, yeah, dwarves tend to be tanks, and leaning into that with in-combat morale regen is definitely something. I only regenerate 2.3 points a second while in combat morale. So already if I equip Justice, I'd be increasing that by more than a third. It's not an insignificant buff, since the combat morale regen is actually more significant than you think. And dwarves being very doughty, they tend to be tough. And here's the thing, you stack that with heals, and your time to live increases massively with just a very small increase in that was a Wight put some kind of debuff on me. Mound Wight archers. What was that? Enemy defeat response there. Do a rallying cry. But yeah, plenty of Wight trophies. Uh, find the cook, sure. But I mainly came for this. The broken urn is interesting. The captain never fights alone. He always has at least his AI companion. A rusting coffer. Huh. Oh, this probably goes in my inventory overflow. Simple Athos, Essence, Bloodstone, Worn Tablet fragments. These are used for crafting, as are the aged scraps of tech. Cave crawlers. I do not love these things. These are annoying little buggers. Wait till you see them in some of the instances where they're actually scaled. Here, they're incredibly weak. Cleanse the land. Quicksilver cave crawler. Okay. An old dwarf chest, which is what I came for. Found the missing third here. Oh yeah, stuns him quite effectively at this level. Got a shadow aura, that's what that is. Deals shadow damage. Fear resistance is the thing that protects against it. I look at my let's see. mitigations, tactical. This includes frost, fire, shadow acid. Shadow. Well, that'd be a shadow type anyways. Yep. Full 35%, which is the max tactical mitigation. There was an urn around here, I believe. Working urn, that's why part of what I came for. Got Scholar's equipment with me. Yep, worn tablet fragments. This would actually be tough to clear for a party leveled around like 10 to 15. There's a lot of wights. They spawn very quickly. This is meant to be a level like 12, maybe a 10 quest. This would not be as easy as it might seem. All right. This quest's done. I can do the spinnerets or whatever and find Bercy. A little trying to do shift L and X, so I did shap. That's completed. Slayer quests, enmity of the trolls, enmity of the dour hands. Yeah, defeating a certain number of dour hands. I haven't actually done any epic battles, I guess. No, these are part of the epic battles. Wait.